Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Well, the water woes continue out here. We have seen a couple of little showers, but nothing significant. So, I'm going to be talking about this for a while to come yet. Hopefully, we get a little more rain today. We'll see. Okay, today we're going to try this dehumidifier in the pump mode, and we've got this little screen filter in here. This will go into the tank, and then we'll pump it out and run our line where we want it. And this just fits right in here like this. You push it in, give it a turn to lock it into place. Now when I set the cube down into there, it'll be able to pump water up through this, and I can divert it with that extension line. And in the back, I just slip this extension cable that pump will draw from the holding tank and pump it through this cable, or tube, excuse me. And I've got, I don't know how much that is, it must be about 20 feet, but it says it can run it up to 14 feet above the unit. And just for the test today, going to pump it about 2 or 3 feet above where the unit is into this 5-gallon tank. And just for experimentation purposes, and because many of you have told me, since I have not used my generator in over a year for any real use, that it's time to get rid of that old gasoline. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up. There's 1 gallon of gas in there, and this is all over a year old now too, the little bit of gas that I've got, because I'm just not relying on gas at all. But for today, we're going to fire this up, see how long 1 gallon will run that dehumidifier, and in the pump action we'll see how much I catch, because I'm running about near 90% humidity right now. So I want to see how that works, and I want to get rid of this old gas. Okay, the generator just went off. It ran for 5 hours and 18 minutes, 19 minutes, 5 hours and 19 minutes. Let's see how much water it made. And that was on 1 gallon of gas. And I had the pump hooked up. You know, that little filter that I dropped down into the tank. On the watt meter, it pulled 650 watts continuous. So too much power, I believe, for my system. I mean, it held up okay, but on solar, that's going to be a huge draw. And I ran the line up and tried to pump it up above the unit, and the water just was never deep enough in the reservoir to be sucked up into here. And if I try and show you on the side of the tank, you can see where the water level is in the window, and that's about a little over 3 inches of water down in there. So I'm going to pull this apart and we'll look at it and see. So this was submerged in the water when I pulled it out, and I don't know if the water level just had to get higher before it started pumping it up. Not sure about that, but yeah, so in that amount of time, there's a good bit of water in here. That's a little over 3 inches deep. And the humidity was running a fairly constant mid-70s in the room here. So yeah, that's a lot of water right there on 1 gallon of gasoline for this experiment. And I just poured this into a 5-gallon container to see, and it's not quite halfway, so you know, pretty much a solid 2 gallons, I would say, minus about a cup that I spilled trying to get it in there. But so anyway, yeah, we'll call that 2 gallons. So that dehumidifier used quite a bit of power, more power than I was happy using on a regular basis with that. So I'm going to have to come up with a plan B on harvesting water from the atmosphere. Got my eye on a smaller dehumidifier for just absolute extreme emergencies, which we're pretty much getting into right now. I was at the water station, the county water station, a few days ago, and the lines to get water at the taps there that are free to residents was extremely long. The water trucks were backed up. They say fully 100,000 people on this island live on catchment water, and the amount of people running completely out is increasing every single day. So in the meantime, since I'm not harvesting anything from the atmosphere at the moment, I'm having to do a little more mitigation for catching every single drop that we can. So my main catchment tank, which is on the other side of the house, is down to about 6 inches of water, the lowest it's really ever been in my entire time here. And yesterday they're predicting, you know, a little bit of rain in the next few days. So to try and take advantage of that, I've deployed this small little inflatable pool, and I've got a line coming off of this side of the house, little 3-inch PVC, and you can see it running into that pool. And this was the project yesterday that I was quickly getting into place, and we did catch a little bit of rain last night. Nothing significant. I've got maybe 3 inches of water in there. It is starting to sprinkle right now and supposed to maybe increase this afternoon. If we could ever catch a good rain, I'll fill this thing up real quick, and this thing holds over 1,000 gallons. This ring is inflatable around it, and as the water level rises, the entire structure rises. It will be about 30 inches deep when it's full, and I think it's 1,018 gallons at that point. So that will be a huge benefit right there. So just barely sprinkling right now. Getting just that little trickle. Every drop counts. In normal rain, that water would be coming out of there full force, the full 3 inches. But right now, just barely trickling. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. But every drop counts. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. So what I'm going to have to do here is wait for this to fill up. And since it's on the main catchment system on the other side of the house, it has all of the lines tied into it, shower, sink, toilet. What I'll do is when this gets full, I will transfer this water via a sub pump that I can just drop into the water, attach a hose, and run the hose all the way to the other side. And this, under good rain, should fill up quite fast, and I'll just keep moving the water that way from here to there, because that other tank's going to be sucking air here pretty quick. So boy, it's going to go slow, but optimistic that in the next couple days I'm going to be able to move about 1,000 gallons at a time. Every time this is full or near full, I'm going to move it to where all the lines are tied in. There's no lines tied in here. I was just trying to catch an extra 1,000 gallons. And it's trying. It's trying. All right. I'll catch you guys later on the next one. Aloha. Let's get some rain for everybody. Very dry.